Hello, healers and health seekers. It's me, Ichoda, healing with medical medium information for 26 months now. Today is day 15 of medical medium spinach soup. It is day 14 of the medical medium 28-day cleanse. I have been eating salt-free, mostly fat-free, like 99% fat-free. I have had, during the course of these 2 weeks, I have had the equivalent of a total of 1 avocado. So I had 2 days I had a half of avocado on both of those days, spread out. That's how much fat I've had this whole time. And I also had that little bit of sweet potato I told you about the other day. So I'm still calling it a 28-day raw cleanse because for the 99% of it or 95% of it, I'm all raw, and I say it still counts. So that's what I'm doing. I'm feeling pretty good. Today is Monday. Earlier today I was so excited about Anthony's radio show, and now I have listened to it and it was amazing. So it's about healing with nature, and it's about healing the soul, and if you have not listened to it, do. It'll be on, it's probably already on SoundCloud right now, because they're real fast about getting it up on SoundCloud after it's been live on Hay House. Go listen to it. It's a really good show. It's really powerful, really amazing. I will probably listen to it 10 more times. I'm going to tell you, I had such an interesting weekend this past weekend. Saturday was like such an amazing day. It was so great. It was so neat. And the most amazing part of it, I'm saving for another video, because there's a part of it that I need that won't be complete until tomorrow, and I want that part to be in the video. So Saturday had this amazing day. Sunday it was like the opposite. It was a really hard day. So I will tell you what happened both days. I will tell you what happened without the extra part on Saturday, because it's coming later. Saturday, I was feeling really good. My energy was good from eating the raw food. I had been feeling consistently pretty good, and I even felt well enough. And I told you in a video before on Saturday that we were going to go to the farmer's market and then to the bike shop to get my son a new bike for him, new to him. And then we were maybe going to go to the fabric store. And so what we did was, Saturday we went to go to the farmer's market, and I actually felt well enough to drive, and I realized I have not felt well enough to drive in like over a month, maybe a couple months now. Every time we go out somewhere, which hasn't even been very often recently because I just hadn't felt that great. I've been having my husband drive, and there were a couple times where we'd start to go out, and well, there was one time where we started to go out and then it did not work at all for me, and I had to come home because I had an anxiety attack, which had not happened in forever. And that was before I started the raw cleanse. Once I started the raw cleanse, that has gone away. All of that feeling of anxiety has gone away completely, and I'm very excited about that. So I drove us to the farmer's market. I actually drove everywhere we went on Saturday, and I drove us home, and I still felt good. It was amazing. It was amazing. And so we went to the farmer's market, and we get there, and I got to talk to my farmer, and well, the farmers, but I have a favorite. And I found a new food to try. I was just feeling really good about being there, and I was like interacting with people. I wasn't so shy as I sometimes can be. It's not even shy, it's more like anxious. And then so I get quiet because my anxiety kind of shuts me down. But I was feeling really good, and I discovered a new fruit, which is ground cherries. I don't know if you've ever had them, but they're like a cross between a tomato and a cherry. And they have sort of like different layers of flavor when you bite into them. They're really good, and they're like tiny, like little tiny cherry tomatoes, and they come in like a little husk sort of, and they are really good, and I really enjoyed those. And I was asking the guy about them, and he let me try one, and then he said, oh yeah, I like to eat them on salads, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So I bought 2 containers of them because I eat salads all the time. And I thought, oh, I can even maybe put them in my spinach soup because they're like a little sweet and a little, they have that sort of, again, they have like a sort of a tomatoey flavor-ish, but like if a tomato and a cherry had a baby. They're really quite good. Yeah, we talked to our honey guy, and we talked about like buying in bulk for the winter, and he said, yeah, he'll bring us a couple buckets and stuff. So it was really good. It was just really good. Like, we interacted with everybody, and we got a case of cucumbers and a bunch of veggies from my favorite farmer, and we just had such a really good time at the farmer's market. And a lot of times when I go to the farmer's market, I'm actually quite tired afterward, and I'm ready to go home, and it takes a lot out of me. But this time I felt quite energized by being there, and that was fantastic. So I just was feeling really good, and after the farmer's market, I'm like, yeah, let's go get my son a bike, and we'll go to the bike shop. And so we did that. And the bike shop that I found, because I did research online, for the bike, and the bike shop I found is a bike shop that gives back to the community. It's a non-profit bike shop, and they get all their bikes by donation, and they hire kids from disadvantaged areas to work in these shops. They teach them skills like how to refurbish bikes, how to repair bikes, how to work in retail environment, and they pay them a living wage, and everything that the shop sells is donated to them so that they can use that money to pay living wage to these kids, these high school kids. So I was like, yeah, win-win, because used bike, that means the prices will be lower, which is great, and it's used, so reduce, reuse, recycle. You're getting something, instead of it going into the waste stream, it's going back into use into the world. And I just thought, that's a great deal. Let's go to the bike shop. Let's go to this particular bike shop. And we went, and the employee that helped us was fantastically helpful. Everybody there was quite nice and friendly and helpful, and he helped my son find a bike. He gave us a minute when we needed to step back for a beat because my son was having a little bit of anxiety, and he just was very patient, and he helped him find a bike that fit him, and then he got a helmet, and they had a bike rack that we could buy to take home the bike. So it was just such a great trip, and it was such a good day. And a third thing happened, and I will tell you about that in another video. And I'm not trying to be coy or elusive, it's just that it's kind of a big story, and it wants its own video. So for the rest of Saturday, I was feeling great. I just was riding that high and feeling happy about everything and just feeling really good. And then Sunday, I had this huge emotional hit. My cat is old, and she has a hard time keeping her food down sometimes, and I just got this wave of feeling like she might be on her way out, and that was really hard for me, and I got really worried about her, and I thought that she might be really sick, and I just kind of got into a panic mode. And then as I was sort of I contacted a friend about it, and like, help, I'm panicking and I need to talk about this. And so she talked to me a little bit, and I actually did some emotion code on my cat, which was oddly helpful for me, actually, because I sort of felt a release when I did it, and I calmed down. I felt like even myself, it calmed me down. So I had calmed down, and then as soon as I finished, she started came out of the room and started meowing, and then I kind of pet her and stuff. And then later on in the day, not too long after that, I went to look for her because I suddenly got worried again, and I was like, oh no, is she dying right now? For some reason I thought she was dying right then. And so I started looking around the house for her. And we only live in a 2-bedroom apartment. There's not a lot of places for her to go, but she is a cat, and she's a very small cat. She's like a 6-pound cat. So she can fit into small spaces. So there are maybe places that she could hide that I might not be able to find her. And that is what happened. And I was looking all over the house and just in a panic. I just was in this like total panic and freaking out and like, where is the cat? Where is she? Where is she? I'm looking everywhere and I'm just thinking, okay, she can't be, there would be a body. There would be a body. Like if she had died and something had happened to her, there would be a body. I would at least be able to find a body. I couldn't find a body. I couldn't find her. I didn't know where she was, but I was just spiraling into this just panic mode. And I was crying and it was building up and I was crying more. And while I was in this panic, my husband had been out at the store and I called him and he didn't answer his phone. And so he called back and right when he called back, I found her. And she was behind my son's bed under his bedside table. I've never seen her go there before. I don't know why she was there, but she was curled up just fast asleep. And I had to touch her because I was like, oh my gosh, did she go into this new place to die? Like I was in that's where my brain was. I was so scared. And by the time I found her, the emotion in me had built up so much and I was already crying, but when I found her, I just started sobbing because I was so relieved to find her and that she was alive. And right at that moment is when my husband called me back and he's like, oh, did you call? And I'm like sobbing and he's like, oh my God, did something happen? Because he knew I was worried about the cat. And then he's like, did something happen to Francie? And I was like, no, she's okay. She didn't die. And his phone was kind of breaking up and he thought I said she died. And then he was like, oh my God. And I'm like, no, she's okay. She's okay. I have her. I found her. She's okay. And he's like, oh, okay. So after that, I just couldn't do anything. Like I just held her and cried until I couldn't cry anymore. And then I just held her. I just held her and she's like, okay. And I just held her in my arms and pet her and we just sat there. And then my husband came home from being out and then he came and joined us and we just sat there. Now, all this is going on. My adrenaline is through the roof. My adrenals are just running like crazy because I haven't had enough glucose. The thing is adrenaline runs hot. It makes your body run hot. Adrenaline is heat and you need sweet to cool down heat. And so I needed to be having something with glucose, either a drink, coconut water, or something, fruit, some kind of something with glucose in it. And I wasn't. And so my adrenaline was just whoosh through my body. And I was just so panicked. And once I kind of settled down, I could feel like the meter going. Like I was like, I know I'm toast. I knew it. I could feel it happening. But I still was like, I couldn't move. I couldn't stop. I didn't want to put her down. I didn't want to walk away from the cat and feed myself. And so just kind of waited until I could. And then finally I was ready to, I was like, I was crashing to the point where I was like, I better get up and do something. So I made medical mediums, awesome watermelon, strawberry, lemon, ginger aid. And that helped so much because it's hydrating. It's a wonderful hydrating beverage and it has the added benefit of having food in it, strawberries and watermelon. And so also was feeding me. So I got the glucose, I got the hydration that I needed to help boost me up a little bit. But because I had depleted myself so much, it was not happening for the rest of the night. And I just kind of zoned out on the internet. I was just like cooked. And my husband made me food, and I did eat my spinach soup later. I was able to get up and make that, but yeah, my husband was helping me. He made me some tea and some juice, and he might have made food. I'm not sure if he made food. I think I might have made the spinach soup as my food, but it was not good. Oh, he made me some ice cream. That's what he did. He made me some banana cherry ice cream with honey drizzled on it and raspberries on top. Fresh raspberries. That was nice of him, wasn't it? I just said, I need an ice cream. And he's like, what kind? I'm like, I don't care. Whatever's in there. I didn't care. I was like, it doesn't matter. I just need something. So that's what he made me. And that was actually quite helpful. But whew, it was a lot. It was a big emotional upheaval, and it was a lot. And so today, when I first made this video, I was kind of still in recovery mode. Now it's the end of the day. I've had the whole day to recover, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I've been eating properly, and I did get a great night's sleep last night. I slept really well. I know my cat's okay for now. I don't know if she's unwell. I am going to take her to the vet and have her checked and see what the status is. But I'm calmer, and she's calmer, and we're both feeling a little bit better about it. And I think she knows now that I'm here for her, if that makes any sense. And that she doesn't, whatever it is, she doesn't have to go through it alone. And so anyway, I'm not going to get into my feelings about that, but it was the craziest weekend, because it was like way up and then way down the next day. Like, I could not have had two more polar opposite days as far as how they played out, and the emotion. And it was high emotion on both days, but just the opposite high emotion. High good and then high bad. Like really intense. And whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot. I was flying high from that first day, and then the second day was like, what is going on? So it was really intense. But you know what? I still just did better than I would have in the past, as far as being able to recover from it and being okay, and also just knowing what to do, because it's like I know right now my adrenals were just totally running, and I know that usually this is gonna be a crash, and I did need some downtime. I did need to rest and let my adrenals recover, and then just put all the healing foods into my body to help that process. And I went to bed early, and I took my supplements, and I did all that stuff. I was so tired so early, and I just said, okay. My body said, it's time to go to bed. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I think it was like 8:30 or 9. I'm not sure. It was early. And I even slept a little bit later today, so I got extra sleep, and that was good. I really needed all of that. So that was my crazy weekend. But I am doing much better today. I did have a much better day today. It did help. You know what? You know what really helped? Anthony had a webinar. Anthony William, the medical medium, had a webinar on acne, eczema, and psoriasis. And it was so comforting to just hear his voice and focus on that instead of everything else. And so that was really good, because in the evening that came on, and I just listened to that, and it was after that I went to bed. That's what time it was. Yeah, it was shortly after that I went to bed. I usually talk about the food first, and I did a little bit. You know, I'm eating the spinach soup. You know that I'm doing the 28-day cleanse. So, and you know I'm doing no salt. I guess I did talk about the food. You know I'm doing no salt. You know I'm doing super low fat, and that is what I've been eating. I still am doing celery juice. I'm still doing my cucumber juice or cucumber apple juice every day, and extra lemon water, having salads for lunch or whatever. A lot of times I'll have a salad for lunch, and then a bowl of nice cream, and then a little while later I'll have my spinach soup for dinner. That's it. That's all I got today. It's enough. It's enough. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me in my healing journey. Thank you for watching my stories and listening to me go on and on about all the stuff that's happening with me. I hope that it benefits somebody. I hope you can relate, or it helps you in your own cleanse. How has your weekend been? I would like to know. Tell me what's going on with you. I am taking your suggestions for what you guys want me to do videos on, and I am working on those. Anything that's like sort of a planned question and answer, or especially something like supplements or things like that, like how to do a castor oil pack, stuff like that. I'm gonna do those videos, but they just take longer because I actually have to plan them out and sort of write them out. They're not sort of as spontaneous as just me sitting in front of the camera and talking. I have to make a script and think about it and think about key points of things I'm gonna say. It takes a little longer. So those are coming. I just, I haven't finished them yet. I'm working on them. I really am. So keep telling me what you want me to make videos about. Just please be patient with me because it does take time. All of this takes time. And I know it's funny because it's this short, super short videos about what I eat in a day, or even recipe videos. Even though once I edit them, they are super short, they take so long to make compared to this. This, I sit down in front of a camera, I pop the card out, I go edit the video. It takes a few hours. Those videos take hours and hours and hours to do because I have to take all the photos, I have to edit it all together, do all the writing, edit the photos. I'm like, I need a more efficient system. It's actually a lot easier to make a longer video where somebody's talking and just filming something and talking about it than editing those photos. And so I think I just need to figure out how to do that system for myself because I always forget to do it. But I think that's a better, more efficient system actually, even though it might not look as cool or something, I don't know. So I need to work on that. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up below. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting that button below. You can ding the bell if you want to be notified when I post new videos. Stay curious. Blessings on your continued healing journey. You can heal. I will see you next time. I love you, my healers and health seekers. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.